In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the Lord of the world, we thank Him, we adore Him, we glorify His holy name for His mercy and blessing on us. We seek for His mercy and blessing on the Prophet Hikmat, His peace and blessing continue to be with His household, His companions, and all the Muslims. Inshallah, our class continues today, and we are still with the book Hikmatul by Sheikh Islam, Qayim Al-Jauziyah. Yesterday we talked about some of the nature of the trials of the Prophet and Messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that their trials are special and more pronounced trial compared to other trials of other people. So we talk about the fact that their trial is always prolonged. Not only that, their trial is always public, and also that the trials Allah is to give them, it is to be that the trial Allah is to give them it is to be from what is beloved to them, what is most beloved to them. So today, inshallah, we will look at some of the messengers and prophets of Allah and their trials. So we look at some of the trials Allah gives to some of His messengers and the prophets. So inshallah, we look at the first prophet of Allah, which is Prophet Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. So what are the nature of his own trials and tests? So like Allah said, the reason why He created us, created life and death, is to test us. So when Allah created him, it means Allah created him to test him. Because Allah said, لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ. So in short, when Allah created Adam, he was also created to be tested. So the first test Allah gave Adam was that even before he was created, so Iblis, he was going to be tested, but he was going to be tested with what? With Adam. And the test of Iblis was that he was harboring something in his heart that is not known to anybody except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah wants it to be known, or Allah wants it to be exposed. Then Allah created Prophet Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. When Allah created Prophet Adam, Allah gave him qualities and properties that will make him to deserve to receive the respect of the angel and Iblis. So at this point, Allah commanded Iblis and other angels to bow down for him, because Allah has given that property. Number one, Allah created him by His hand, like Allah mentioned. Number two, Allah breathed His ruh into him, and more so, Allah gave him knowledge. Allah gave him knowledge of everything that he needs to know at that time. So when Allah gave him all these qualities, Allah now commanded the angel to bow down to him, and Iblis. All of them complied except Iblis. So this was the first trial of Adam alayhi salatu. So because Iblis, out of arrogance, out of pride, he refused to bow down to Adam, and because of that, Allah sent him out of His rahmah. He became a rajim. So because of that, He said Adam and all his descendants are going to be what? Are going to be his enemy. In other words, Adam is an enemy to Shaitan, and everything that comes out of Adam is also an enemy to who? To Shaitan. And what was the problem? The problem was that because of you, Allah has relegated me. Because of you, Allah has reduced my rank. Because of you, Allah has excommunicated me. Because of you, Allah has sent me out of His rahmah. And was it Adam's fault? It wasn't his fault. Because he did not create himself in the first place. He did not create himself in the first place. Number two, he was not the one that said, come and bow down to me. He wasn't the one. He was created by Allah. He was given the quality he was given by Allah. And it was Allah who invited Iblis. So what was the fault of Adam? He was not faulty at all in this area. He does not have a minutest form of fault. But despite that fact, Iblis took him as enemy. Because it was because of his refusal to bow down to him that he received the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there's actually a great lesson here, actually. Because this incident that happened here, similarly, the reason why Iblis refused to bow down is because he saw himself as being superior to who? He said, "Khalaqtani min tin wa khalaqtahu min nar wa khalaqtahu min tin." You created me from fire and you created me from what? From soil, from mud. Which means he was comparing the material with which they are made. So, which means the reason why he think he would not bow down to Adam is because he thought he was better than Adam. So now there's a great lesson here for us to learn. One of the lessons is that the material with which you are made may matter, but not always. Allah may want to test you even from that material you are made from. You will be made from certain material educationally or biologically or in terms of your lineage or in terms of position of authority or leadership, whatever. Whatever position you find yourself, Allah place you. Allah may use that same thing to test you. The same Allah did. Mind you, of course, Iblis has been living. Not only living, he has been serving Allah. Not only serving Allah, he has many good qualities, many good deeds. He has done many good things in the past. But this is somebody who has just been created. And he has not even done what Iblis has done. But Allah gave him some quality. Now Allah is asking Iblis to bow down. The way Iblis behaved, if not for special grace of Allah, every human being will essentially behave like that. You can imagine, you have a younger brother and a situation is created that you should bow down for your younger brother. You'll be wondering how now? That's the same question you'll be asking. That I'm your elder brother, you should be bowing down to me. But when Allah creates that kind of situation or circumstance for you to do that, so it's a test for you. That is a trial, that is a test. So the only way you can pass it is to what? Is to comply. Look at the way Iblis behaved and who was first created. The angels were created before Iblis. They were created. Not only that, they were superior to Iblis. Not only that, they were closer to Iblis. Not only that, and look at Iblis, look at the way he behaved. Despite the superiority of the angel, they complained and they bowed down to Adam. And when they bowed down, did their bowing down reduce their status? Did it reduce their rank? Did it make them to be less important than Adam? No. Which means they passed the test, then Allah raised their rank. You bowing down or respecting somebody Allah has placed in a position of respect or in a position you are supposed to bow down to him, you bowing down to him does not mean your rank or your status has been reduced. It's just a test for you. If you pass that test, Allah will raise it. He will raise your rank. But if you fail the test the way Iblis faced, it means you'll be relegated. That simple fact you think was going to happen is actually going to happen if you fail that test. The test there is that he was comparing worldly things, but Allah's instruction and Allah's guidance is superior to anything. Forget about your level of education. Forget about the material with which you are made. If Allah creates a situation and circumstance, you know, this was incident that happened live with direct instruction from Allah. But the similar thing can happen here. But it may not be a direct instruction, but it will be by situations and circumstances. Allah will create situations and circumstances that you yourself, you know that this situation demands that I should be polite or I should respect or I should give this person a certain honor. Now, if you think you are better than him, or if you think you are more honorable than him, or if you think you are superior than him, or if you think you have been made from material that is better than him, and you say, no, I am not going to that. Wallahi, you are no different from Iblis. What you are doing or what you did is not in any way different from what Shaitan did. That's exactly what he did. And when he did it, when it failed, what was his outcome? And wallahi, that is going to be the outcome of everybody that behaves like that. If only you can respect that fact, and you know that this is a sign from Allah that I should do this, and you do it, wallahi, your status is going to be raised. Your rank is going to be increased. The same that of the angel was done. But we'll look at what happened to. So here, it means the first test for Iblis here is to bow down, is to respect Adam, despite the fact that he sees himself to have been made from superior material. And one other thing we have to notice here is that, you see, when he was comparing the material from which he has been made and to that of what Adam has been made of, Quran did not in any way refute that statement. Quran did not say that statement is not true. So what his fault is that you refuse to comply with the instruction of Allah. What I mean is that if what he said is not true, Quran will have said he lied, or he claimed, or he said it. Quran did not say claim. When Quran presents that statement, which means, and of course, if you look at the knowledge, especially from antiquity, they say material from which things are made are four, and they are arranged in certain levels. The first one is soil, followed by water, followed by fire, and followed by light. The one that is above is what? Light. Under it is what? Fire. Then water. Then what? Soil. So now if you look at the arrangement, the soil is the one at the lowest part, isn't it? And the light is above it. I mean, fire is above it. Also light is above it. So this is the comparison what? Believe in me. But there's another one important thing in the Quran. Even if you look at the arrangement like this, that fire is above water, is above land or soil, and from there we see that the level is high. But there's one other thing. The water here is common to all of them. Allah said, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. There's nothing living, there's nothing existing, except that they are originally from where? From water. So which means, whether from light, from fire, or from soil, you are all originally made from where? From water, which means there is no difference in your origin. It is just arrangement after they have been made. What we are saying is that originally what you have been made from is the same. But after they transform into other form, other material, then they assume different layers. Then that should not be a reason for what? For the differences and the claim of superiority. Because originally you are made from water. Like Allah said, the heaven from water, the land from water, everything is existent, they are originally from water. That's the common beginning. So if you have common origin, then after Allah has formed soil, He has formed light, He has formed fire from water, then they assume that arrangement or layering, then why should that be a reason for you to be differentiating yourself? So in other words, if Allah has given you certain quality, or Allah has placed you in certain places or position or whatever, and you see that as a reason for you to look down upon others, or to refuse to give honor to whom it is due, what you have done is not different from what you have done. It means you have failed that test. It means you have failed woefully in that trial. It's a trial. And like we have to understand that there is no single thing that is happening in this world that is not a trial. You having what you want is a trial. You not having is a trial. Where Allah places you to believe in is a trial. When Allah deny you something, is a trial. When Allah give you something, is a trial. Whatever situation or condition you find yourself in this world, is a trial. There is no situation except there is a trial from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So here, Iblis failed. But Adam was supposed to learn the lesson from there, and of course he learned. Then when that happened, Allah said, وَيَا آدَمْ أُسْكُنْ أَنْتَ وَزَوْجُكَ الْوَتْ جَنَّةً وَكُلَا مِنْهَا رَغَدًا حَيْثُ شِئْتُمَا وَلَا تَقْرَبَا. So their own test has started. Their own test has what? It has started. Mind you, initially, he was the only one who was created when the test between him and Iblis was taking place. It was later, when he was in Jannah, that Allah created his wife from him, like Allah mentioned in Surah An-Nisa. So now, the test here is that وَلَا تَقْرَبَا هَذِهِ. But there's one important question here. This is Jannah. And when we observe the description and explanation, Allah used to describe Jannah in the Quran and Hadith. So a Jannah is a place that there's nothing that we cannot have. There's nothing that we cannot approach. There's nothing that is not meant for our benefit in Jannah. Then why will Quran say وَلَا تَقْرَبَا هَذِهِ? Maybe you didn't understand what we are saying. When we say a Jannah, that Allah said He has prepared for us. Everything there is for us, is for our benefit. There is nothing there that is not for us, or that we should not taste, or we should not touch. Then why is it that that tree became a tree that they should not approach? Why? Because Allah wants to test them. Because Allah wants to try them. Of course, they have seen how somebody failed, then Allah wants to test them. And there's many great lessons here actually. One of the lessons is that when Allah intended to create Adam, before He created him, He informed the angel that I'm going to do this. When He was informing the angel, He said, Inni ja'ilun fil what? Then when He created Adam, He created him in Jannah. So is Jannah Hardu? Or is Hardu Jannah? No. Then how come? He said He wants to place it on earth, then He created him in Jannah. The meaning is that He was finally going to be in earth, but He started in what? In Jannah. But the angel did not have doubts about this speech of Allah. So from here, we understand that if Allah meant a place for you, like you are born here, but Allah wants you to go to another place, maybe that is going to be your place of residence. And probably because this is your hometown, but you see where you are born or where you grow up, you have natural feeling of remaining here, of loving that place. It's natural that having born here, I've grown up here, I've developed here, so you have natural tendency not to want to leave that place. Even Prophet Muhammad, when he was forced to leave Mecca, so in fact the first time he was informed that this is going to happen, he said, are they going to expel me from this town? He was surprised. So when he was going, his love for Mecca, he could not control it. He has to face Mecca and said, if not because we are forced to leave you, we would not have left you because of the love we have for you. So in short, because Allah wants them to come to Ardu, but Allah has started by creating them in Jannah, but they will not have to leave Jannah except something happen, then that test has to be done. In other words, if Allah wants you to be placed somewhere, then Allah will give you a test, He will give you a trial. If you pass the trial, then it will be a superior and a better place. If you fail the trial, then it will be a relegation. So now Allah gives them the instruction that they should not move close to where? To the tree. And these three, of course, they do not have intention of making an attempt to move close to it. Of course, they hear the instruction, and they do not want to move close to it. But they have had an enemy right from the first, right from the beginning, and that was what? Shaitan. So Shaitan, since he knows he has been there before them, that he wants them to be like him, so he said he will make sure that they did what Allah said they should not do. He will make sure that they violate the law of Allah that Allah said they should not what? They should not violate. And that is what? That they should not move close to the tree, let alone eating it. So he now did all in his capacity. He did everything he could to make sure that they what? They tasted it, and wallahi they finally tasted. And that is the same thing Shaitan is doing to us on us. Nobody is free from his what? From his tactics and his tricks. So if you look at the way Allah described the way Shaitan finally, he started with waswas. Waswas Allahumma? He started by whispering into their heart. Sometimes Shaitan will bring something into your heart. But how will you be able to know that this is waswas of Shaitan? Or this is a divine inspiration? Or this is guidance? Wallahi, the only way you can differentiate it is for you to have knowledge and fear of Allah. But if it is waswas, everybody have waswas. But the only people who are safe from it are people who are able to differentiate that this is from Shaitan, this is not from Shaitan. But there's nobody except that Shaitan will attempt to mislead him through his waswas. Because he started from Adam. Adam shouldn't have been the first person to be tested or to be affected in that way. If you know it's going to be what? Part of the thing that is going to happen to his children. So Shaitan, he did waswas, he whispered into his heart that he should approach the tree. But the waswas did not actually work. It did not work. But one thing about waswas of Shaitan is that Shaitan is very smart. His smartness is such that when he starts to induce you or to cause you to do something, he will start at a very slow level. And he will move gradually. And Shaitan will never be in a haste. He will never be in a haste. He does not care if it takes him 100 years to get you finally misled. And that misled or misguidance is going to start somewhere. There is a verse in Surah Al-Ashr when Allah said, "Kamazali shaitan," is called al-insan falamma kabara qala inni bari'un minka inni akhafu. You know, that story, it was actually a story of something that happened to a righteous among the Banu Israel. Among the Banu Israel, there was a man that was lived. The man, he was very righteous. He's the most righteous person in their town at that time. He's very righteous, he fear Allah. And there's a group of brothers. And these brothers, they have a sister, a female. So one day they wanted to travel. And they don't want to go along with their what? With their sister. They want to leave her behind. And leaving her behind, it does not make sense leaving her alone. So they now think, what are they going to do? Should they leave her alone, or they should find a safe place to keep her? So all of them agree that since this is a righteous person, a righteous and conscious person of Allah, who is conscious of Allah, so let's keep this woman in his charge. And when they came, he rejected it, said, Shaitan is always at pro. Of course, there's nothing wrong, but I will not do that. So later he went back and think over that. They have to go on this journey, and they will leave this sister alone. So if they leave her alone in her house, it is more dangerous for her. What about if I do it for Allah and I accept it? And he accepted to take the care of the what? Of the sister. Before we move forward here, I want you to observe something. That thought that came to that man, that he wants to do for Allah, after he has made a second thought about it, it's not a good thing. It's a good thing. The meaning is that Shaitan can even enter you from doing righteous deed. Shaitan can attack you, or he can make you to commit sin, even from what? From doing right thing. It was Shaitan that made him to accept. It was Shaitan that he whispered into him. It was the waswas of Shaitan that came to him that time. Why will you leave her alone? And they are traveling. It's more dangerous to leave her alone. Why can't you accept her? Since you are righteous and you find a way of keeping her. Shaitan do waswas. And that thing, if you look at it just on its own, it looked very good. It looked righteous. It looked sensible. Isn't it? And it was from Shaitan. Because Shaitan knows that I'm going to lead this man to somewhere. But let me start in this, what do you call it? In this honest way. So the man accepted. Then the man kept the woman in another house that is not the same house where he lived. The only thing is that he will take her food to her every day, and he will keep the food outside and ask her to come and take it. We don't even enter. But sometimes he will observe the woman that as if she's not, as if something is wrong with her, probably because of being loneliness. That thought also comes to that man. He now think that, what about if I just go inside and keep the food with her so that I will just keep the food so that she doesn't need to come out. He also answered that is another waswas for sure. So he will take the food to her, he will just keep it away. After some time, you know, journey in those days is not a journey of 1 day, 2 days, because there's no means of transportation. In fact, before they even reach where they are going, they may take months, let alone when they are coming back, let alone the time they will spend there. So now, another thought came to this man that this woman is feeling very lonely, and loneliness can kill. Why not, when you take her food to her, you keep the food and you sit with her for a few minutes just to keep her company for some time? All these are innocent thoughts and feelings, isn't it? That you are sympathizing your sister, that my sister in Islam should not feeling lonely and depressed. And it was sincere. The man did not have any negative thought. But all those things are from where? Then there was words of Shaitan. So the man started doing this, but he get to a point that before they know it, two of them have agreed between themselves. And before they know it, zina happened. Before they know it, the woman became pregnant. And this is a very shameful thing for this man, because he is the most respected person in the town in terms of what? In terms of religion. If it happens to a common man, It may not be a very serious case, isn't it? So the man was very ashamed. But the truth is that the first mistake has come from where? From listening to the words of Shaitan. Although some people may see its fault, that why would it not be lenient, why would it not be accepted, why would it, you understand? But if he has rejected, this mess would not have happened. So it happened like that, and out of shame, Shaitan still came to the man that people will be talking about you, they will mock you, they will reject you, they will condemn you, they will do this, they will do that. What if you kill this woman and the pregnancy? Wherever, if you eliminate all of them and you bury them so that nobody will know what happened. And the man agreed. All this thing the man is doing, he was not doing it because he had criminal acts. He was not doing it because he wanted to commit crime. He was doing it, the first one, he did it out of sympathy. The second one, he did it because he wanted to protect his own honor, not because he wanted to commit wicked act. But it was actually a wicked act he committed. I don't know whether you are getting it. But intention was not originally to what? To commit crime, but to protect himself so that nobody will know about what happened. So he did it, and the case is sealed. So the brothers came back, and they asked about their sister, and they were informed that she's late. Since they are Muslim, and they trusted the man, they believe. He said, that is inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. That is how Allah destined it. So whether she died now or not, in our present or in our absence, she will still die. We all die. So it's something everybody understand and know, isn't it? So they went and slept. So in their dream, all of them saw the same dream, that their sister did not die. It was this man that killed him, and he buried him here. They wake up the following morning, and they said, did you know what I saw in my dream? The second one said, even me I saw it. Even me I saw it. No, lie is not true. This man cannot do it. They went back the second time, the third time. They keep on seeing the same thing. Then Shaitan told them in the dream that the grave of that woman is here. You can see Shaitan. It was the one that misled the man to commit the crime, and it was the one that is also revealing it to what? So the brothers. So they went to the place, and they discovered that it is true. This woman was pregnant, and this is why she was buried. How come? They asked the man, so finally confessed, and they were taking him to the what? To the king, and the judgment is the man to be executed, and he feared to die. And at that time, you know, Shaitan has been around, is the one who has been committing all this crime. At that time, Shaitan saw the man, and he came to the man in form of human being, a respected elderly man. There's another lesson here. Shaitan can take anybody's form to come to you. He can take your friend. So you should listen and be very sensible with any information anybody gives you, any contract you want to take. So if it is devilish, you should know that it's either Shaitan has entered that person to talk to you, or Shaitan has taken his form to talk to you. So similar thing happened during the time of Prophet Muhammad, when the people of Makkah, the Quraysh, when they want to kill Prophet, Shaitan came in form of a old man. He was the one advising them that this is how you should do it, and nobody among them suspected it was Shaitan. When they want to throw Prophet Ibrahim into the fire, Shaitan came to them in form of a human being. He was the one who advised them how to do it. The meaning is that whenever you see wrong advice or wrong talk of, so wallah, it may be Shaitan taking somebody's form. Forget the fact that Shaitan can take anybody, or Shaitan can even want to possess that person to be talking from his mouth. So all these are examples. Shaitan came to this man in form of a what? A respected human being. That when you see him, that you believe that this is a righteous person. And that's another lesson. That the content of somebody's speech matters more than his physical appearance. Because this is Shaitan that is taking a appearance of a what? Of a respected and righteous person. Then he told the man that, I have heard about your case, and I pity what is going to happen, and I feel very sorry for you. I wish I can help you. But of course, the way I am, I'm a very powerful person. So I am from this place, and people there, they know me. I can actually stop what is going to happen. I know they are going to kill you, but I have power to stop it. So this is the power I have. This is what I can do, and you should trust me. If you want me to help you in this case, I will help you. The man said, yes, I want you to help. He said, but I want you to do something for me. What is that thing? You should bow down for me. You should prostrate to me. Do sujood for me. That is the only thing I want from you. Immediately you do it, I will save you. And the man agreed. Out of desperation. He was very desperate and he agreed. You can imagine what has happened. When the man do sujood, immediately Shaitan say, Inni barihum minka, inni akhafullah. I am not a part of you that you are worshipping me. I don't know you. And who has been misleading? Shaitan. Is it the same Shaitan that said, I don't have anything to do with you, I don't know you? That even me, I fear Allah. And this man died as a kafir. And look at the way he started his life. Look at the way Shaitan misled him. Where we have gone actually is that Shaitan, he started by waswas to our father and his wife, Aja, in the Jannah. And after a very long period of time, he actually talked to them. He told them that your Lord has not forbidden you from this tree, except that He does not want you to be an angel or He does not want you to be an immortal. In other words, this tree you say Allah said you should not hit. The reason is that Allah doesn't want you to be an angel. Can't you see angels? See the way they move, see the way they if you hit that tree, you will also become like angel. And you know angels, they don't die. So if you hit this tree, you will not also die. And from there, Shaitan what? He was successful. And this thing that happened, it took a very long period of time. Look at what we say happened to this brother, this sister. It's not something that happened in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. For somebody, all those things, and to also become pregnant and die and buried. And Shaitan was very patient. You know he was going somewhere. He has been playing his game. That is how Shaitan played his game on all of us. When we don't suspect. So here, he told them, like Quran said, Fadallahuma. You see the word Dalla that Quran used there. It means he has been doing it gently, gradually for a very long period of time. He has been deceiving them for a very long period before he was finally successful. And Shaitan understand and realize that fact, that if you want to do something, don't be in a haste and don't give up. No matter how strong the faith of that person is, don't give up. Just start gradually. Today you may go to him, you may reject. Tomorrow go, you will reject. In fact, you may go several times, you will reject. Don't lose hope. Continue going. Continue. It will come to a time that you will reconsider. What about if I do it? What about if it happens? Shaitan understands that. And that was the same method he used for Adam. So finally, they hate the fruit. Then Allah called them. Have I not forbidden you? Have I not told you that you should not move through? And mind you see one of the deception of Shaitan, everything, look at the way the Quran presented it. He said, وَقُلَّا مِنْهَا what? Rogodan. You know the meaning of rogod? Something that is in abundance and something that is of superior quality. You can hit many things. These three cannot solve any problem in your life. But these are many things that are of many use to you. But you cannot have them all except this forbidden one. Just in our life, that there are many things that Allah has made up for us. But the one that Allah says is forbidden, that is the one we'll be going to. That is Shaitan. So when this happened, there many things happened to them. One of the things that happened to them is that they became conscious of their nakedness. Before then, they were not conscious of their nakedness. So some narration said that they were covered by scales, that they don't see it. So at that time, all the scales fell down and they can see their own nakedness. While some said, just that they are not conscious of it. But at this point, they became conscious of their nakedness. And they were what? They became shameful of themselves. And they go to trees of Jannah and they started to cover themselves at the So the meaning is that when somebody fails in his trial, or when somebody violates the law of Allah, or you contradict the instruction that is given to Allah, it means it will lead to shame, just exactly the way it has caused shame. It means you become conscious of some of the favor of Allah that you are not conscious of it. There's one point here, if you didn't understand what you are saying. You see, sometimes Allah can do something for you that if you are conscious of them, they may lead to your destruction. Not that you are not conscious, but you will not see it the way every common person sees it. For example, you are rich, but you have never seen yourself as rich. You only think you are the poorest person, or you only say you are not rich. So that singular fact that you see yourself at that, Allah is a blessing from Allah and is a test. Because that one will remove chances or a probability of you becoming arrogant out of that wealth. But the day you realize and you feel it that, of course, in this town, I'm one of those that matters. Of course, I have this, I have that. They are counting, they should count. You see all this ranking, the most richest person in the world, all this one. Wallah is a satanic trap. It's a trap of shaitan. Because the moment you know that in the world I'm the first in the, so that is where shaitan. So that feeling that I'm the first, I'm the most richest person, I'm the this, Wallah will probably have started. It's one of the what do you call traps of shaitan. So what we are saying, or let's say Allah give you beauty, but you never see yourself. People may be saying, people may know that you are wealthy, or you have beauty, or you have this, but you never see yourself. You know, it's very possible for Allah that Allah, even if you look at mirror, you never see it. And it's there. It is actually a favor from Allah. And the reason why Allah is doing it is because Allah doesn't want it to be a source of your destruction. Allah may give you some quality, but Allah will not make you to be conscious of them. You will not realize, not that you don't know it is there, but you will not see it in that way that will make you to have problem. And that one of the prayer of Prophet Muhammad. Prophet used to pray that Allah should make him not to see himself as very big to himself, but to his people, Allah should make him to what? People to see him as somebody that is big. In other words, the fact that you don't see yourself in that particular manner is actually a what? A favor and blessing from Allah. So Prophet Adam and his wife, they are not conscious of that. But immediately they are conscious, another problem has started. The problem is that they were thinking of what to cover themselves. And that is another area of trial for us, descendants of Adam. Because when we need to cover our nakedness, when we Allah descended, so Allah descended what we need to cover ourselves. Inna anzalna alaykum libasa yuwari sawhatikum wa warisha wa libasu taqwa dhalika wasayt. So now Allah said He has descended what we need to cover our nakedness. But that singular area, Shaitan also take it as a way of misleading us, especially the female. Imagine the level of nakedness. Imagine the level of nudity in our society. I don't understand. I can't just understand. You see these animals that all their body are covered with fur, with hair. If you are to remove it, they will not feel comfortable. How is human being feeling comfortable being naked? Then why do you even wear clothes in the first place? Why can't you just remove it? Then anybody that see you, they will run away from you that this is a mad woman or a mad man is coming. And you see, and you know, it is actually a temptation from Shaitan. It is Shaitan that is telling you wear it like this, wear it like this. And another thing is that Shaitan has created some people somewhere, they call themselves social engineer. Every time they will be what? They will be releasing new fashion style. You see some of these people that dress like that, sometimes it is not their sense. They don't use their sense. They will just go to fashion, whatever they say, this is the new style in town. So they will start to wear. They don't want to care whether it exposes their nakedness or not. Since that is the way people dress, no, it is okay for them. Then how can you describe yourself to be a woman being? If you cannot use your sense, you have to follow the trend of what people are doing, whether it is good or not. It means you are no more a woman being. It means you are no more a woman being. That's the meaning. So at the head of that, Allah said, "Ulaika kal anham, balhum." They are just like animals. Why are they like animals? They don't use their sense. People go here. Whether it is a road to destruction, I will follow them. Okay, people follow here. Whether it is something that can favor or not, I will follow them. People are doing things like this. Whether it is good or bad, I will do it. Kal anham. Allah said, balhum adul. Because they don't make use of their sense. They are very, very sensitive. So here, Adam and his wife, they became conscious of their nakedness and they started to cover themselves up. One of the tests here, is that Allah has been hiding that thing from them. But when when they failed the test or they violated the law, then they became conscious. The meaning, another meaning there is that, so when Allah blessed you with something, and that thing enter your heart, and you feel it that you are important because of that thing, the meaning is that you have committed one sin somewhere. Maybe you don't understand what you are saying. Maybe you are rich, or you are beautiful, or you are the first class student, whatever. You understand? And that thing enter your head that, me with my money, they know me in this town. They know the VIP, they know the mobile. You have that feeling, and it's true. That your feeling alone is a sign that you are committing sin somewhere. I'm the most beautiful person in this town. People know now. People, they respect me for that. That your feeling alone, it means for you to be conscious and even working in that manner, it means you are committing sin somewhere. Because that was the time Adam, they also realized those things. So, in other words, they became conscious of this and they became shameful. Then Shaitan made them to fall from where Allah has kept them. Then they were instructed to leave Jannah. And that's another test for them. And that was to fulfill the instruction of Allah, the information Allah gave the angel that is going to place on hearts of his human being. So they were asked to leave Jannah, and that is another greatest test. You see, you are being in a position very high, then later you are reduced to a position that is low. It's a test. It's not easy for human being to contain. You are rich, you become poor. You are leader, you become follower. You are first class, you become whatever. So it's not easy for human being. So it's only a few people that can pass that test. It's only a few people that can contain it. It's only people that will not misbehave, or that will not say wrong thing, or that will not make bad or wrong assumptions about many other things when they find themselves in that situation. So which means him leaving Jannah to hearts is also a great test. And one of the great of all the tests he had. So I've been notified that our time is up. Inshallah, we'll continue from that same point next week. May Allah make it easy for us. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Inshallah, la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant our study upon goodness. So if anyone has a question, so we can ask. Question? So, in order to solve the question, so we got the date next week. Next week, inshallah. So, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.